Hello, my name is Shireen. If you're new to my channel, thanks so much for stopping by. I've pulled out my Kenmore today to work on a few sewing projects, one of which is to go ahead and make a seat cushion for this chair. I did a full restoration of this chair earlier, and I have a video here on my channel about it. If you'd like to check that video out, then please go and check it out. I'll leave a link down in the description. For this project, you're going to need medical table paper, a marker. I like to use these little Crayola markers, a ruler, rotary blade, of course some scrap fabric here, and a cutting mat. Never mind this. I know it needs to be cleaned. So the very first thing that we need to do is to take the medical table paper and cut it out slightly larger than the chair seat and place it down on top of the chair seat and trace around it with the marker. And I've already pre-traced around here. And as you can see, it's roughly the same size. Now we need to go over to our cutting table and fold this in half. And that's just to make sure that both sides are symmetrical. And if it's not fully symmetrical, then you'll take the side that you like the most and just sure it up with the other side so that they're both even on both sides. And now I'm just going to take a pair of scissors and cut all the way around here. Let's go ahead and put this to the side and pull out our fabric. So I have this whole entire thing of little pieces of scrap fabric. I don't want to use this small scrap fabric today, but I'm going to use it on a different project. Instead, what I want to do is pull out the largest pieces of scrap fabric that I can find and cut out 2.5-inch squares out of all of it. And then I'm going to make half square triangles out of all of it because that's just what I want to do. But you could definitely do a lot with any type of scrap fabric that you have. And I will try to create some more videos where I explain what I do with all these little small pieces. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and cut some of the fabric and then come back here on camera and show you what I got. So I cut out all of these squares, got extremely tired and extremely hot. So that's why I have this fan running. I hope you don't mind the fan running while I'm talking to you. But I realized that I don't know exactly how many squares I need in order to complete the project. And I'm sorry guys, because that's a shortfall on my part. So let's go ahead and measure and figure out exactly how many squares that we need in order to make this cushion. If I measure going this way, it's about 15. And if I turn it the long way, then it is 16. So we need to get out a calculator and multiply 15 times 16. That gives us 240. Then we have to divide it by the size of the square. The square is 2.5. So we're dividing it by 2.5, and that gives us 96. I'm going to interject a little bit here. Yes, you do need 96 squares in order to complete the projects. However, I always like to have a few extra just in case I mess up or just in case I need a few more. So for that reason, I would make 10 more and have a total of 106 instead of 96. Once you've cut out all your pieces, you want to mark them on the diagonal. I am just using one of these friction pins. It is heat erasable. And then put another piece of fabric down with right sides facing. That way you can just take it over to the sewing machine and sew them all together. Once you have sewn one full edge down, then you will turn your fabric around and sew down the opposite side of the line. And you'll go all the way around until you get to the end. If you like what you see thus far, please do give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and tap that notification bell to receive updates. Also, if you haven't already, do visit my website at thimblebook.com. So now this is what it's looking like. I have 11 rows of 9, so that makes a total of 99 squares that I used for this project. I think it turned out pretty nice, but I definitely don't want to do this much work for the back. I think on the back I'm just going to use this solid color right here because I do have about a ½ yard of fabric left over from another project and in that color, and I think that it will work well. So I just marked around here with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and I use this seam gauge right here to draw with my friction pen going all the way around. And that's that. So let's go ahead and start cutting this out. Oh, so it won't move around, I'm just going to put down some pattern weights. And if you're interested in getting your hands on some of these pattern weights, I do have a few of them available over on my website. So go and check that out. So now I have a front layer, and then this will be my back layer. And I'll just pin these together and we'll stitch it together. But before we do that, I want to add some string or ribbon to each side of this right here so that I can tie the seat cushion to the seat. Now I have just test fit the cushion to the seat, and I am marking it in the places where I would like my ribbon to go. And if you have a seat cushion that you're making, I would suggest doing the exact same thing just to make it easy on yourself. Also, I want to add some piping to the outside edge. And I already pre-made piping a long time ago. This is just what I have on hand. Whenever I make piping, I just cut some fabric out on the bias and then use this right here to make my piping. And this is just what I got from Hobby Lobby. I'll try to leave links down in the description of the things that I use on a regular basis. This is just something that I keep on hand, and I usually make my piping in batches, so that's why I didn't make it here on camera. But I hope this is enough. Let me make sure. Looks like it's gonna be enough, or more than enough, really. Yeah, that's more than enough to make this work. At some point in this fun adventure, I ran out of battery life, had to switch batteries, but what I'm doing is sewing all the way around this cushion, and I am going to leave a space where we can add in stuffing. So I wasn't at all satisfied with not having any buttons on here. So I measured in 5 inches and stuck a button right there. And I'm gonna put 3 more buttons all around here just to give it a more cushiony look. So this is what it turned out like, and to me it looks unlike anything that you would find in a big box store, and it just gives some additional character to my sewing space. I really do hope that you enjoyed watching and that perhaps you will make a seat cushion of your own. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to receive more sewing related content. Peace.